Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hey there, I'm Tracy Daviero, the Confidence Coach for Virtual Assistants, and I want to welcome you to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Each week on the podcast, I bring you insights, strategies, and encouragement to help you grow your VA business with confidence, clarity, and consistency. Now, today, I want to talk about marketing your business. And today's quote is from Robert Collier. Success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. When you figure out the simple way to get your services in front of your best clients, marketing actually is easy. Let's go. So today I want to talk about something I see so many VAs struggling with. Marketing. More specifically, why so many VAs feel stuck or frustrated when trying to get great clients, and how the solution often isn't about working harder, but it's about working consistently in small daily ways. You guys know, I tell you this all the time. Small daily actions are going to help you make progress in any area of your business way more than booking in huge amounts of time less frequently. Marketing is not about one big launch, the perfect social post, or chasing clients. It's about showing up every day in ways that attract the clients that you want and deserve. And today I want to break down why that's true, what it looks like in practice, and how you can start implementing daily marketing actions in your VA business without feeling overwhelmed. Consistency will always beat intensity. So let's start with maybe a common issue. VA owners think marketing means doing a huge push once a month or finding something to go viral with that perfect post, right? Maybe you've felt this too, posting one day and then going silent for weeks, thinking that clients should just magically show up. But here's the truth. Great clients notice consistency. They notice when you show up regularly, when you show valuable content, when you engage with them in meaningful ways, and when you maintain a professional presence. Think of it a little bit like watering a plant. If you dump a gallon of water on it once a month, it probably isn't going to survive. It's shock. But if you water it a little bit every day, or in a few days, I don't know, I'm not the greatest gardener, it will thrive. And that's how marketing works. Small, consistent actions compounded over time to create visibility, trust, and authority. Your visibility, trust, and authority. I've done great marketing, and I have done fire hose marketing. I have done well-planned things, and I've done not so well-planned things. So I do know what I'm talking about here, as you can probably figure. When I find the time to show up every day, things are more manageable for one thing, but they also keep my attention on my goal. And my clients see me authentically more often, which is really the whole point of marketing anyway. So the key takeaway here is this. Marketing is not about perfection. And I think that's the thing that we get stuck on so much is we have to be perfect. But it's about showing up. It's not about posting whatever you feel like, but it's just about being there. And daily actions keep you visible, help you build momentum, and make it easy for great clients to find you. What counts as daily marketing? I'm not saying you need to spend hours every day on social media or cold emails or outreach or whatever. Exactly the opposite, as a matter of fact. Daily marketing is about small intentional actions that will move the needle in your business, in your marketing. It doesn't mean posting content daily even. Marketing is so much more than posting content. Here are some examples of what I'm talking about. Social media engagement. Commenting, connecting, or posting insights for 10 to 15 minutes. That's all it takes. And you'll really understand when you actually do this, you'll understand how much stuff you can get done in 10 or 15 minutes. Another one is email marketing, sending a short tip, a resource, or an update to your list a couple times a week. It's not about selling, it's about staying top of mind. What about client outreach, reaching out to past clients, potential leads, or referral partners regularly? You pick a day every week to reach out to a couple of different people. That's progress. That's moving you forward, right? Moving that needle forward. And then content creation, of course, but it's not always about posting. Sometimes it's about planning. So jotting down ideas for posts or blogs or emails, even if they're not supposed to be posted this month. I'm super famous for the I'm super famous. What do I mean? But I mean, I talk a lot in with my audience about creating a content matrix or a content calendar so that you have 4 main topics every month, one for each week of the month. So if you think about something that you would typically publish in week 4, that is moving your needle forward. If you think about it in week 1 and you just jot down your ideas or you just create something. So it's really, really important to think about what you can do in these really small pockets of time of the 10 to 15 minutes. Then the magic comes from the compound effect. It's one comment on a post might not bring you a client today, but 10 to 15 comments over a week or 10 days, that is what starts to create relationships. We don't have to try and post 15 comments in a day, but if we do 2 consistently for a week, that's 14, right? One email to your list might go unnoticed, but over time your audience will get used to seeing you and they'll see you as an expert that they can trust. And when you develop good habits like these, the focus is more than just posting to social media. It becomes a natural part of your personality, your business, and your reputation. Never mind your habits. It's when you sit down, it could be the first thing you do. That's when I like to do my connecting, is first thing in the morning. Look at this podcast. I show up every week with a new episode for you. It took some time for me to get used to the routine, but now every single consult I get, the VA tells me that they listen to my podcast. Every single one. There's nobody that I talk to in my business now that doesn't know about my podcast. It's really, really cool. Now, are there people in my audience finding it for the first time? Yes. But what I'm saying is by the time they get to the discovery call with me or the consult, they are listening. And that's the whole point. Be visible, have conversations, and the clients are going to come to you. Daily actions are also flexible. Some days your action might be something tiny, like I said, just a quick comment or a DM or 5 minutes of brainstorming content ideas. Use ChatGPT. It's even quicker that way, right? But some days you might do a bigger action. But as long as you're doing something every single day, you are building that momentum. You're keeping your business and your goals at the top of your mind. It's not just your business is not just all about your clients. It's about you. And you have to help yourself move forward, even just one step at a time. I love one step at a time. That's how everybody gets where they go. But another reason that daily marketing works is that it changes your mindset. When you are consistently taking action, you start to feel more in control of what you're doing. You stop waiting for clients to appear and you start creating your own opportunities. Little wins every day, like an engaging comment or a helpful email or a quick post. Those build your confidence, especially when you get some interaction on them. And that confidence will show through in your messaging and your client conversations. It's quite remarkable whenever your clients start to sense your confidence or when they can hear it. When you're consistently showing up and sharing value, great clients are naturally drawn to you. You're not chasing them, they're seeking you out because you are demonstrating your expertise and your reliability. And your clients have to see you to remember you. I was recently looking for help with a special project, and I had noticed someone who I knew could help. But I had made contact with that person back then before I was ready to do the project. I just kind of assumed they would always be showing up in my feed because there they were whenever I wasn't needing them, right? But I had to go searching for them. I could not remember their name. So I spent what is far too much time trying to research what maybe my old search terms were to find that person. But that person was not easy to find. No longer easy for me to find anyway. So I had to go with the next person that I found because when you Google, of course, you get the results, right? Whether it's through AI or whether it's just regular Google results. But if that other person had continued posting or continued kind of putting things together, there would have been more for me to remember whenever I actually needed the help. And that's the whole idea. Don't just show up occasionally. Show up all the time. Look for interaction with your audience and make that connection. When they are ready, they will be able to find you more easily. Daily marketing also reduces your overwhelm. Instead of trying to do everything at once, if you break it down into those manageable steps that I beat you over the head with all the time, this is what makes marketing feel doable and sustainable and even enjoyable. I promise it will get enjoyable if you hate it. It will become a small part of your daily routine. So how do we do that? How do we make daily marketing a habit? I got a couple steps for you to follow here. We'll say 4. Step 1 is pick 3 core actions that you can commit to every day. Keep them small and manageable. Like I said, comment on 3 social media posts, send 1 outreach email to someone, write 1 social media post idea, whatever it is, 15 minutes max, okay? Step number 2 is schedule it. Don't leave it to chance. Put something in your calendar where you know this is what you're going to be working on and this is for you. You can use a reminder app. I'm famous for having alarms on my phone. My phone goes off constantly because if my phone is beside me, which it normally is, the alarms will continue to go off whenever I need something. And when you can do that, and you can stop and say, oh, this is when I'm supposed to be working on XYZ, that's where your structure comes in, and consistency comes from structure. I want you to hold that time in your calendar to do what you say you want to do. When that alarm goes off, stop whatever you're doing and say, oh, this is a task that I have to commit to. Step 3 is track your progress. Even just a simple checklist will be helpful. And even if you're just doing 2 little actions a day or something like that, there's nothing like checking things off a checklist, right? Like, thank you, Trello. I absolutely love it because when you see the streak of dates that you've completed your actions, it's going to reinforce that habit, that motivation, that confidence, because you will start to see results from it. And you'll see it's because of you taking action that others are also taking action. So it's pretty cool. Create those checklists and get them done. And step 4 is be patient and persistent. It doesn't produce instant results, but after a few weeks, you're going to notice more engagement, more leads, and ultimately more clients, or at least more conversations. Every morning, I scan my Facebook groups, my DMs, my threads for conversations. It really doesn't take any time at all, and it's kind of a nice way to start your day, provided that you stop after your allotted time. You can't go down any rabbit holes, right? You have to start small and stay consistent. I think that's what the key to all marketing is to do it consistently every day, but break those actions into something so small that it's effortless to do. And once you're done, check it off that checklist and move on to the next thing. The VAs that I coach notice a huge difference in how they show up for their marketing tasks when we do that, when we break them down into those bite-sized pieces. And most VAs I know do the old Sunday night, I'm going to work on my business for 2 hours, or after hours, after everybody's in bed, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And it often gets skipped for family time or because we're tired or whatever it is. And so it's so worth it to do what I say, what I teach you, to fit in 10 to 15 minutes a day into your workday, because everybody has it. It doesn't matter how many clients you have 10 to 15 minutes and you can get everything done during business hours. That was a really big goal for me whenever I first started getting really busy with clients and that kind of thing, was to complete all of my stuff within business hours, right? Close that door at 5 o'clock of my office and not look back at it. And I think we save our own business stuff for after hours, and that's kind of what makes it a struggle too. So I'm not saying you can do all your business stuff in 10 minutes a day, but certainly the marketing part, you absolutely can. So what kind of results do you think you can see from committing to daily marketing? Well, you attract better clients. You attract clients who align with your values and who pay your rates. Why? Because you're actively seeking them out. You're looking for the connections with them. You increase your visibility. I mean, obviously, if you're doing something every day that you weren't doing 2 weeks ago, more people are going to see your expertise, which builds that trust and credibility, that know, like, trust that we talk about in marketing. You also build momentum. Marketing doesn't feel like a chore whenever you're moving forward with little steps every single day. Like I say, it just simply becomes a part of your routine, and it's a really, really good thing to include in your routine. And finally, you can gain confidence. You will gain confidence. Taking consistent action all the time. It reinforces your skills, your authority in your niche, but also your belief that you can help people because you're talking about it, you're having conversations with people. And your confidence is going to come from talking about what you do, whether it's you talking or you talking in a conversation with someone. When we say the words, we start to believe them. I've told you before that there's, psychological statistics and that kind of thing that it says that say your brain needs to hear 5 positive things or statements or whatever it is to counteract one negative. Well, think about how you're talking to yourself all the time, particularly if you're struggling to get clients. How are you talking to yourself? Are you being negative? Even if you're not saying the words out loud, are you thinking negative? If you are, then you have to 5 times that positivity in order to flip that negative, right? I don't know what the statistics are on it, but I did read that one time. No, I've read it several times, and I find it really fascinating that it takes that much positive to drag you out of the negative. So think about that. When you do the daily actions, and all of a sudden, if you aren't doing anything except beating yourself up because you don't have clients, and over the next 2 weeks, that's 14 days, if you do 2 things that are moving you, that are positive, that are moving you towards getting clients, what is that? That's 28 things. Well, that negates 5 negative thoughts, right? Or more. It's so simple to help yourself out of it by doing something that you aren't doing today, but you do it for the next 2 weeks. I guarantee you're going to see a difference, because all of these small actions create a ripple effect. One email might lead to a conversation. One conversation might lead to a proposal, and a proposal might lead to a client. And if you multiply that over the weeks and months, all of a sudden you're working with clients who respect your time, who value your expertise, who pay your rates without hesitation, and who you love working with. Now, I know what you're thinking. I don't have time. I'm not good at marketing. I don't know what to post. These are some of the most common excuses I hear from VAs, and here's what I have to say about each of them. I don't have time. Daily marketing does not have to take hours. In fact, it shouldn't. If it is, you're doing it wrong, okay? 15 to 20 minutes a day, 10 to 15 minutes, whatever it is, it compounds massively over time. 10 to 15 minutes a day. Find that time and find the good things to do in those things, in that period of time. Second, I'm not good at marketing. You don't need to be perfect. Your voice, your experience, your personality, they're enough. You're enough. Consistency is so much more important than perfection. And number 3, I don't know what to post. Well, start with what you know. Share tips, share lessons you've learned from working with clients or being in jobs over whatever period of your career, or share client wins. Even sharing your journey as a VA counts as marketing. And a 4th one I'll throw in, I'm scared of rejection. Well, of course we are. We feel like we are going to put all this effort into things and then somebody is not going to react, right? Consistent action builds your confidence, though, like I said a few minutes ago, and your confidence is going to attract the clients. When you know you're moving your business forward and you're doing the things you're supposed to do, you're going to get the results. You're going to get the conversations. And the more you show up, the easier it gets to handle the word no or the lack of response. I think the negativity, or not the negativity, but the rejection, is something that we really do struggle with, because we're way more afraid of it when it happens, but also when we're in the middle of it and we're not getting the response that we want, we take that the same way, right? We take that as rejection, whereas it may just be that you're not finding your clients in the right place. You're not in the right place, or you're not saying the right thing. So we do need to be able to identify what we're doing and make sure that it's going to work. And so sometimes that means getting some help, right? Getting some direction on what it is that you're supposed to be doing or what you are putting out there. Daily marketing is about progress. It's not about perfection. And it's about building that momentum, visibility, and the relationships that are going to lead to your high quality clients. But you have to show up every single day. I used to think I had to save my marketing tasks for after hours, like I said earlier. And guess what? Mine never got done either. I see you. I was you. Book in 15 minutes every day, even just for the next 2 weeks. Do this, and I promise you will wonder why you never thought of doing it that way yourself. You're welcome. But if you need help figuring out what to do, here's a simple plan to start today. Pick 3 small marketing actions that you know you can do every day, 10 to 15 minutes total. Schedule them in your calendar at a time that you're actually going to do them. Like I say, I love first thing in the morning before I look at anybody else's stuff. Track your progress with that wicked checklist that you're going to provide yourself, and celebrate every small win. First, you might just be celebrating that you did it. Second, you might be celebrating that somebody liked it, or, something like that if it's a post, or somebody responded to an email or a DM that you sent. You're going to celebrate every single small win. Put that on that tracking sheet too. Consistency is going to beat intensity every time. Showing up regularly with tiny actions is what creates that trust, builds those relationships, and attracts the clients that you want. If you want a step-by-step plan and support to implement this in your business, get in touch with me. I can help you create yours. It's the only reason I'm here at all. Say it with me, to help you become a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Being confident in promoting your services can be a real stretch with all that imposter syndrome and all that icky stuff that pops up for us, right? I don't like to sell myself. I hear all the time. But if it's keeping you stuck where you are, it's probably time to get help. Great clients aren't found in a single post or a viral launch. They're found by showing up consistently, taking small daily actions, focusing on your goals, on your strategy, on your plan, and building trust with your audience over time. I want you to start today. I want you to pick the actions, commit to them, and watch your momentum begin to build, even if it's just one step forward in the next 2 weeks. Your future clients are waiting for you, and daily marketing is the bridge that's going to take you right to them. I'm here to help you when you want to go. That's all I've got for you this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time.